Hello, my friends. Today we'll delve into Codex. If you love ChatGPT, very likely you will love Codex because Codex is a younger brother, very young brother of ChatGPT. Just like ChatGPT revolutionized the AI industry, Codex, many say, is revolutionizing the AI coding space. Despite the tremendous potential, despite the fantastic power behind Codex, many people misunderstand it because it is so versatile, so powerful, and new. Codex was introduced just on May 16, 2025. It was released by OpenAI and it's available for free for anybody who has a paid ChatGPT subscription. So these are pro, business, enterprise, and plus users. Since I have plus subscription, I have access to Codex. I highly recommend you get at least a plus subscription. Totally worth the $20. So here's the article. It talks about what it can do, but we'll not look at it. I will just show you what it can do. Just stay with me, just 10 minutes. I'll show you amazing things Codex can do. You can click try Codex here, but actually we'll go to ChatGPT because that's where most likely you've seen Codex and how you will access Codex. So right here, fourth button from the top says Codex. I click on it and here we see the Codex Cloud interface. I would like to point out three key things here on the Codex Cloud. First, the most important, here we can see the GitHub account that we're connected to. So in this case, I'm using the test3 repository, and on that repository, I'm on the main branch. This is how many versions of the code do I want to generate. I can choose from 1 up to 4 versions. Let's keep it at 4 so that we can see the power of that. And here we can do dictation and click enter. So this is Codex Cloud in a nutshell. Also, we can run Codex in terminal and IDE. More on that later. For now, let's focus on Codex Cloud. So let's run our first task in Codex Cloud, which is create a Python function that fetches stock prices and saves them to CSV. We'll be asking for 4 versions of the code. So here we can see the task show up. We can see that it's in process. 0 out of the 4 versions are complete. Since Codex Cloud is stacking the tasks, that means we can give it more tasks. The task can run concurrently. So let's give it a second task, which is create a Tetris game. Actually, let's stop it. I want to say create a Tetris game in HTML. Boom, resume. Let's go back to our main page. Here we can see 0 of the 4 versions are still in process. Let's go see how they're doing. It's running the command. This one is also running the command. This one is committing changes. This one is running a command, okay? Let's wait a minute. They should be done very soon. Version 2 is complete. It's all green because it's all new. We can see a summary of what was accomplished and if a test was run. We have one file that was created. Version 1 just got completed. Also a summary. No tests were run and one file was created. Same on each of the versions. I can review each of the versions in detail and see which one I like. Let's say I choose this one because it's small and it has run a test and passed. So what I'll do is I'll create a pull request and I'll create and view pull request. The beautiful thing when Codex creates pull request is that it's well titled. There's a summary of what was accomplished and if a test was run. I can review the file. Boom, looks good. I can merge the code. It's merged. This is the version that I like the most. Now it says not create PR, but view PR. This is the version that went into GitHub. The other versions are, I can create PRs if I choose to use them. This one is done. Create function to fetch open prices. Now it says merged. Previously it said open. Let's go take a look at our Tetris game. So here also we have 4 versions of the code. We cannot play the game because we opened the HTML, but we have a screenshot. Very nice, right? We just have one version, so there's not much for us to choose from. Let's create a pull request, view PR, and merge. Okay, we'll go back. This one is also merged. So that's Codex Cloud in a nutshell. So as promised, next we will look into running Codex in the CLI. We can click in here. Here's the command to to set up Codex in terminal. I'll go to my terminal. Since I've already installed Codex in my terminal, all I need to do is just enter Codex. Boom. And here I can see OpenAI Codex version 0.56.0. Yeah, I'm in the model of GPT-5 Codex. And if I want, I can change the model. Just I'm in the general directory. So let's create a directory. Let's say it Codex test. Where's my folder? Codex test right here. We can see that the folder is blank. And the first task, create a Python function that fetches stock prices and saves them to CSV. Earlier, you might remember it took about a minute to complete it in Codex Cloud. Let's see how long it'll take it to complete it in Codex Terminal. Boom, done. 19 seconds. Amazing, right? Here it says edit, fetch stock prices, Python file with a reusable workflow. All right, let's take a look at it. Utility for fetching the latest stock price and save them into a CSV file. Amazing. Completed in 19 seconds. So fast. Likely it's completing so fast because it's only working on one version at a time, diverting the resources for 4 versions. All right, let's see how long it'll take to complete a Tetris game in HTML. Are you still impressed how fast it completed? 19 seconds. Incredible. Incredible. All right, is this one also done? Wow, it's already done. That must have been what? 30 seconds. In 32 seconds, it completed the Tetris game. Wow. All right, let's give it a go. Let's play it. Boom. Wow, so nice interface. Okay, boom. Boom. Let's see if it works, just to make sure there are no bugs. All right, let me complete one line. All right. One line, I got 100 points. Good, it works. No bugs. All right, that's it for the terminal. You can see it's super fast, super easy to work with. Next, let's check out Codex inside VS Code. By the way, we can choose the IDE to work with Codex, yeah? The options are VS Code, Cursor, Windsurf. I prefer VS Code. So let's go to VS Code. All right. So here I'm in this directory called Codex Test 2. It's blank, as you can see. And Codex is an extension. Yeah, so you have to go install it. Right here I have it installed. As you can see, 1.8 million installations and 4.5 stars or 3.5 stars. Very nice. Okay, and here's our chat window. Here we can see our previous chat commands. And here you can see the cloud icon to indicate that these were run in the cloud, which is create a function to fetch the stock price, create a Tetris game, and create a folder, say it Codex test. All right, so let's run our first challenge in VS Code. Let me close these unnecessary windows. So the task is create a Python function that fetches stock price and saves them to a CSV. Remember how long it took it in terminal? I think it was 16 seconds. Let's see how many seconds in VS Code. It's done. Okay, it doesn't give it time, but this was pretty fast. Here's the file. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now, let's do our second challenge, which is create a Tetris game in HTML. Create the file. Here it is. Beautiful. Let's preview it. Let's use this handy preview button. And let's play the game. Wow, very nice. Very nice UI. Let's give it. Okay. All right. Boom. Oh. Okay, it worked. I got 40 score. Completed one level. The buttons work. Pause. Start. Resume. Pause. Beautiful. That was really fast. High quality execution. I'm very impressed. So, my friends, we just looked at the use of Codex in the cloud, in the terminal, and VS Code. I personally prefer using Codex in VS Code because here I have access to all my code, my entire application. I can do global searches. I have all my other extensions, and I can do a preview of what I have built very easily. If you have some small tasks, probably Codex Cloud is very good. You can spin up 4 versions of your code. If you want to run integrations, I think Terminal is ideal for that. So the great thing about Codex, it gives us options. You can choose the one that fits your needs the most. All right. So I hope these 15 minutes were super useful for you. Now go ahead and test out Codex for yourself, starting with Codex Cloud, Terminal, and then VS Code.